Hello, and welcome to Big Brain Debates. My name is Angel. Today we're going to be uncovering three global topics. So without further ado, let's jump right in. First and foremost, we have Israel's strike on Hamas leaders in Doha.
Cell phone video shows people running in the normally quiet and peaceful Qatari capital.
In the heart of Doha, Qatar, a sudden missile strike shook the city. Right as peace talks were underway, Israel targets senior Hamas leader in a move that can change the future of the Middle East. On September 9, Hamas officials were in a meeting to discuss a US-backed ceasefire proposal. Then, an Israeli strike hit their compound. Several people, including family members and a Qatari security officer, were killed. Senior leaders survived, but the talks collapsed in chaos. Israel's military statement was that they have conducted a precise strike targeting the senior leadership of Hamas terrorist organization.
Today, I convened the heads of Israel's security organizations and authorized a surgical precision strike on the terrorist chiefs of Hamas. These are the same terrorist chiefs who planned, launched, and celebrated the horrific massacres of October 7th.
Qatar condemned the attack as a violation of its sovereignty. Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and the UAE joined in, calling Israel's strike an act of aggression. The UN Security Council rushed into an emergency section, and even the US, Israel's closest ally, expressed discomfort with the timing of the location of the strike.
Unilaterally bombing inside Qatar, a sovereign nation and close ally of the United States that is working very hard and bravely taking risks with us to broker peace, does not advance Israel or America's goals. However, eliminating Hamas, who have profited off the misery of those living in Gaza, is a worthy goal.
Although Israel does not have any official or formal diplomatic ties with Qatar, Qatar has been the key mediator in the ceasefire negotiations and has remained neutral throughout the war. It has been a key partner in negotiating some kind of agreement. This one attack has left the peace process hanging by a thread. What do you guys think? Was it a calculated gamble by Israel, or the spark of an even larger conflict? The world is now watching more closely than ever. Now, second topic which I want to uncover is Russian drones over Poland.
The drones that entered Polish airspace were shot down. This is after Poland closed 4 airports, including its largest Chopin airport in Warsaw, after reports surfaced that Russia violated Poland's airspace.
On September 10, Russian drones have entered Poland's airspace. Poland's Russia airport is currently shut down because of this. A US F-35 has shown up on the Flight Radar 24. Many of NATO's assets are currently heading into Polish airspace. This could be the beginning of a big event. Polish statements is that efforts are underway to search and locate the possible crash sites of the objects, and some of the drones that entered Polish airspace were shut down.
Viewers, this is a statement by the Polish army saying that efforts are underway to search and locate possible crash sites of objects. So these are Russian objects.
Prime Minister Donald Tusk said that the army used armament against these objects. He is in constant contact with the president and the prime minister, and has received a direct report from the operational commander.
Earlier, the statement by the Polish president confirmed multiple violations of Polish airspace. Prime Minister Donald Tusk said the military used armaments against these objects. Prime Minister Tusk said he is in constant contact with the president and the Minister of Defense and has even received a direct report from the operational commander.
Poland has not mentioned what these objects are as of yet, and does not want to disclose how many drones have they dropped. You guys might be wondering, why does that matter? That is because Poland is a NATO member, and if Russia strikes directly, Article 5 could drag the entire alliance into war. Some lawmakers are already calling this an act of war. NATO is holding urgent meetings trying to assess just how far Russia is willing to go. Europe hasn't been this close direct confrontation with Moscow since the start of the Ukraine war. Is this the moment of conflict finally spills across the border? What do you guys think? Let me know. Now, third but not least, Nepals Gen Z uprising.
Look carefully at the guy in the green. Hit at speed, but then gets himself up. At least 20 people have now been killed in anti-corruption clashes in Nepal, with hundreds more injured.
Corruption! We are fighting against corruption! This is the motto of our protest, fighting against corruption!
Nepal currently banned 26 platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and YouTube from being utilized in their country. While they saying that it was for social media companies to comply with government norms, protesters are saying that they did it to stop people from exposing political children lavish lifestyles.
This came after a Nepo Kid campaign put the spotlight on the lavish lifestyles of the children of politicians. But the problems run deeper.
Nepal authorities are using high-velocity water cannons as well as tear gas.
And tear gas were the weapons of choice for police against what organisers have dubbed the Gen Z protests. So how did this all start?
Official casualties are 20 people killed in the anti-corruption clashes, with lots of people injured. Protesters claim the corruption within the government. A lot of people are wondering, how did this conflict start? There is 4 conditions to which this took place. First and foremost was the social media ban. Second was a Nepal Kid campaign that put on spotlight the kids, or should I say politician kids' lavish lifestyles on social media. Third, there is an incredibly youth unemployment currently going on in Nepal, and the youth has no choice but to leave the country in order to find ends meet. The fourth, and it should be quite obvious, is the government corruption. Under pressure, the government lifted the ban, and now the Prime Minister has now resigned. They said in an emergency meeting on Monday that they were willing to address some of the demands of Gen Z. Government tried to justify the ban by saying that they wanted to combat fake news, hate speech, and online fraud. Of course, Gen Z knew that was a lie.
And by saying they wanted to tackle fake news, hate speech and online fraud, an argument young protesters just weren't buying.
Protesters wish for the end of corruption so they can be at peace, work, and live back in their country. Till then, they will continue to apply pressure. Former Prime Minister's residence has been ransacked by protesters as a result of this, as well as he's decided to fled the country.
Kathmandu's international airport suspended flights, and the former Prime Minister's residence has been ransacked by protesters. But with the indefinite curfew seemingly being ignored and protests spreading to other regions, anger towards the government shows no signs of letting up.
But that is all the topics that I had to uncover for today. I'll be going to tomorrow uncovering the new topics that may come out as of late. Thank you guys, and please, if you guys like the content, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.